Today we left the house finally after a few weeks just to come to the bank and use the interactive teller machine, but it didn't work, so we had to go to a regular teller. And so here we are. Hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Isaac passed out because he hasn't rode in a car in a long time. Melia's in the back. She's being really good. You don't even realize she's back there sometimes. She's got her squishy ball back there, so she's very, very content. The doggy dog's sitting right there between the seats. It's a little difficult to drive when you haven't driven in so long. You got to be a little bit more precautious when you're driving after you've been home for 4 months. We got out of the house, I think it's the longest we've ever sat in the house ever in our entire life.
For sure.
I think that was about over almost 2 weeks. We didn't leave. I mean, we went outside, but we didn't get in a car and we didn't drive anywhere. That was the longest time. So we just came here and we got some cash just in case the currency system or the banking system collapses. We now have some cash on us, and now we're gonna go explore society and see what it's like out here, because we haven't been outside the bunker.
But while inside the safe bubble of our car, we are not going to walk around society.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know,
It's 6 p.m. We are making our way into downtown St. Augustine. Right there's the old Ripley's Believe It or Not castle. We're just coming down here to see if it's still just as busy as ever and if a lot of businesses have survived or not, because tourism's probably down a lot. Right there's the gate to the city, and there's the old fort. What's the fort called?
Castillo di San Marco.
The fort is called Castillo del Delgado.
Castillo?
It's a lot more busy than I thought it would be. The parking lot to the fort is full.
But still not as busy as it would always be.
I don't know, that street looked pretty busy.
if I will ever figure out where the road goes.
We're turning into the downtown area by their city park.
That's Flagler College in front of us.
Is it a real college or is it?
Yes, it's a real college.
Ew.
See, there's the sign.
A very famous museum wired by Thomas Edison.
He also did all the wiring in Flagler College, and actually the cafeteria has Tiffany bulletproof glass windows as well.
And look at this house right here, hidden back here.
We're buying it.
That thing has to be haunted.
Just kidding, but I would buy it in
Look
a
at it.
heartbeat.
Isaac, do you think that house is haunted? It was built in 1903.
And this is the Casa Monica Hotel. The nicest bathrooms in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
And that's also supposedly haunted. But so is pretty much everything here. I mean, it's the oldest city in America, so to be expected.
Yeah, stores are open. You can zoom right in there. Catch a good deal, hopefully. Everybody's on scooters in front of us. That's probably a good way to get around right now. I
That's
love
a
this
Bailey
street
Street.
right here.
That's original brick. And
Yeah.
on the left, we can zoom in. That actually was the original Spanish military hospital.
Yes.
And
That's haunted for sure.
yes, that's haunted. We did a ghost tour that was in there. We got to go inside of
We're
that.
now going to be crossing the famous, very historic Bridge of Lions.
Yep, we're crossing the Bridge of Lions. You will see a lion out my window in just a moment.
Yeah, there's one on each side of the bridge.
There
as you enter
is.
it.
There's one, and here is number 2. And here is the bridge. We are crossing Matanzas Bay.
And we got all the expensive boats
All
down
the
there
sailboats.
in the harbor.
And they do dinner cruises and entertainment cruises and things like that. I don't know if they're going on right now with the pandemic, but typically.
Yeah, you're on camera too.
And this is a drawbridge, I believe.
Yeah, you can get stuck here for quite some time in traffic.
Yeah.
All All right, so there you have it, the Bridge of Lions.
Yep. So now we're on Anastasia Island, which is pretty much St. Augustine's beaches. And coming around this curve, you'll be able to see the lighthouse in a minute, the St. Augustine Lighthouse. We're gonna drive right up to it. We've done both daytime tours and nighttime ghost tours in the lighthouse. It's a very cool experience. If you don't like heights, it's
Not the best.
not the best because it's really high.
Can I tell them something? We went inside the lighthouse and we brought our cousins with us, and her name is Alyssa and Devin. And we made it to the top, and then Devin was scared of the height, so he stayed on the wall, and he almost didn't even go up there.
And we are coming up to the entrance of the lighthouse. We did have a yearly membership to the lighthouse, but I think it might have expired, yeah.
But I mean, if we were to go again, I would definitely get the whole membership.
Yeah, it's a very nice parking lot here because it's covered in ancient oak trees. Here's the entrance as you're coming up. You can see the lighthouse through the trees a little bit there. And we'll go ahead and we'll pull right here and we'll maybe see if we can get a good shot of it for you.
So guys, it's Aubrey Glam, and we're at St. Augustine, and we're by the lighthouse. Comment down below if you guys have ever been to St. Augustine before. And we've actually been in ghost tours before. I've only been in one. They're not that scary unless you're on like the buses. I've heard mommies went on them and they sound very scary. And we're gonna check out the lighthouse really quick, and I have nothing else to say, so I'm just gonna show you the lighthouse in just a few minutes. So there's trolleys here, there's lots of cool stuff here that I would do, but we can't do that anymore because of Corona. Oh, here's the lighthouse. So we're at the lighthouse, and come on, buddy. Isaac's right there. Okay, we'll show you guys the house. It's haunted here. Everything is haunted. There's so many ghost stories here because it's haunted. Sometimes they're open, so they have tape to mark the spots. See? And then over here. So they actually want people to stay 6 feet away.
And we are now walking up to the lighthouse. The sun is right there, so you might not see it too well. That's the whole compound there.
There's a lighthouse, everybody.
Yes, they're open, but not right now.
Look at that beauty. We've hiked all the way to the top of it. It's like over 200 stairs. There's no air conditioning and it's very tight. Here they are outside of the car. He's still singing Great House, his famous song. Aubrey's recording with the GoPro. Melia's just chilling, happy to be out of the car. And this right here is the Lightkeeper's house. We've been in there. It's quite an interesting looking house. There's even a basement, which basements are not common in Florida. So that's pretty neat. Over here they have a museum. We'll go check that out. It's closed right now.
So we have two people recording, me and my dad.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high.
Okay, so it says right here it's the Lighthouse and the Keeper's house, and it was built in 1871 to 1874, and the house was built in 1876.
There's a super cool flag.
We bought the dog a new vest here, but it's too large.
We gotta exchange it.
It's not tightening all the way, so we're actually connected right now to her collar. And then right here we have the lanyard and the connector around Melia to connect to, but since we're in an environment we normally don't go to, we're not gonna have that connected at the moment.
So here's
Is the
Princess.
St. Augustine Lighthouse.
It doesn't fit, as Daddy probably just told you, and it says service dog. Because she's a real service dog. They have a sign for face mask. That's good to start with. Nice picture of a boat in the lighthouse. And I love St. Augustine. It's always busy though.
Okay, we're gonna take a walk down here across the lighthouse parking lot. Well, maybe walk across the street to the water real quick. There's Aubrey and Melia and Isaac walking. We're using our big camera on a gimbal, and it's pretty obvious. It's not like carrying the GoPro. Most people don't even see that. Okay, let's look both ways and cross. We are now walking down the road that goes straight to the bay here. It's right across the street from the lighthouse, and there's a nice boat ramp and restaurant down here. She is super excited to be out of the house. You can hear it in her breathing.
So here's the water.
I didn't know they had the big pier right
There's
there,
a
too.
nice boat.
Kind of cool.
Dock over there. Some people call it
It's a
piers.
little windy down there.
Yeah, because we're by the water.
A lot of people live on their boats here year round on these sailboats that you see. A lot of people like going kayaking down here. I didn't know they had the big pier right there too. And then there's a huge state park right over there on the other side. It's a huge sand dune, and then across the sand dune is the Atlantic Ocean. Multiple people are backing down in to get their boats off the water right now. What Melia is doing right now, she's just frustrated. She sees the water, she wants to go in it. Doesn't matter if it's alligator infested water or goldfish infested water, she'll want to go in it. Right over there is the lighthouse, that's where we parked. And then we just walked a short distance over here across the street. There's the lighthouse just sticking above the tree line.
Say Pencil don't walk. He likes to pet. Die.
We are making our way back to the car. That was quite an adventure, trying to hold on to both cameras, the dog, Melia, Isaac, people backing boats up around us. So now we're just taking a walk in the grass here. Look at these low, ancient oak trees. Those cicadas are really loud. Aubrey says this park over here looks boring because there's not even a slide. She said a little boring. I love the trees in here though. Look at these trees. Check out this one right here. It looks like it's gonna talk.
Do not walk any further.
Stay 6 feet.
Yeah.
Stay 6 feet away.
Amanda's going to walk her in the grass over there. It looks like we're in a mythical forest, doesn't it?
Yeah, I really want to go to that beach with all the trees that you can climb on.
Oh yeah, Driftwood Beach. That's a really cool beach.
That's my favorite beach.
Let's go check out this tree, see if it's climbable.
You want me to
What do you think of the tree? Would you climb it?
go in the middle?
You're sweaty already. Look at you.
Can't eat.
You haven't been out of the air conditioning much, have you, girl?
Farther.
I wouldn't go any further because there'd be big spiders and ants in there. Hey, let's hope that the dog did what she needed to do. The dog's acting very crazy because she hasn't been out of her habitat for a while, so her sniffer is going crazy.
We've only walked in our neighborhood.
Yes. Oh, the park we were in is called the J. Edward Redcox City of St. Augustine. And there's the main sign when you pull in, St. Augustine Light Station, 1874. Thank you for not trying to run off, Melia. Your hand's sweaty and it's hard to hang on to you. And I have a camera in my other hand. We're back at the car. Melia, go ahead and get in.
Welcome to the haunted car.
Oh, here, let me take this off. Should she get in then?
Wait.
Okay. Wow, she wants to get in, huh?
Go ahead. You can load.
We used to have to fight with her to load. Melia used to be afraid to get in as well, and now she just hopped right in with no problem. She's always a bit timid with new spaces.
Hi everybody, welcome to the haunted
Lighthouse. The haunted lighthouse.
lighthouse. The haunted lighthouse. Or the haunted lighthouse.
Is everything haunted?
That.
Are you the one that haunts it?
That's the lighthouse.
We better hope we're putting your car seat on correctly because everybody's watching. I tried to get his shirt here, right there, to where this doesn't cut into
Hey, my
him.
dad.
Yeah, And then I fix it on this side too. And then you want it right there. All right, there you go, buddy.
She just drank water.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You drink water, you big beast. We bring all of our own supplies so we're COVID safe. She brought snacks. I've got some Slim Jims. We've got a whole book bag full of snacks. Melia's very interested in what's going on back here.
I'm gonna give you guys some gummies for now.
Okay.
This is the St. Augustine Alligator Farm. It's a mini zoo park all focused around alligators. We haven't ever gotten the chance, I think, to actually go in.
No, we've never been.
We've never been here. We've been almost every other place in St. Augustine, but we haven't gone here yet. We had planned to take Melia here for a homeschool field trip, but it ended up getting canceled due to COVID. So hopefully we can go in the near future when everything is safe again. It's loaded with alligators and crocodiles, and they even have sloths, so it sounds like it'd be a really fun time.
They've even transferred alligators from like New Zealand and Australia into this farm when a lot of times they go into like residential areas and stuff. They've had rescues and they've transported them across the world. This farm has actually been on a lot of shows on National Geographic and the Travel Channel.
I don't know if anybody remembers, but a year or two ago there was a random alligator found in one of Chicago's rivers, and they named him Chance the Alligator because his chances of surviving were slim. They did actually finally catch Chance, and Chance now lives here in St. Augustine. They rescued him and transferred him, and this is where he is living out the rest of his days. Their little people crossing signs are super cute. It has an alligator chasing them. Fun fact, a lot of people think that you should run zigzag if you're being chased by an alligator. Don't run zigzag, run straight forward. Their eyes are on the sides of their head. If you are running zigzag, you're letting them keep you in their line of sight. If you're running in a straight line, they can't keep track of you. So don't run zigzag, run in a straight line. Hopefully you never have to use that advice.
Now this is pretty cool. I haven't had the chance to do this yet, but they built a zip line in the park here. The interesting thing about this zip line is it does go right over the alligator pond. So that definitely would be a unique adventure. And right there is the park entrance.
This is their, I guess it used to be a truck. It doesn't actually work anymore, it doesn't look like. But there's a giant alligator in the back of it.
Oh wow, that's cool.
It's huge.
Goes right out the back.
Yeah, he's huge. So this is just more of Anastasia Island, which is like the beach portion of St. Augustine. And over here at the surf station, they will give you a free mask if you shop there.
We've never been here before, and I don't know if it costs money to get in, but might as well come take a peek.
So this is a cute little state park.
Yeah?
Oh, you can camp?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, we could bring our tent here.
Says the child who's never actually tented in the wilderness. It is $8 a vehicle. It's a high hazard for the surf conditions, and that's because Isa AS is still out there. We are about to be re-entering into the city of St. Augustine.
This is the St. Augustine beach. It's about 10 minutes away from St. Augustine. And this is a beach that generally will be packed because there'll be a lot of tourists here. You've got the sand dunes on the left with the big brand new hotel. What's cool is coming up on the right is the official Salt Life restaurant.
Yep.
And it's got an upper deck on it overlooking the ocean here.
It's coming up right now. It's called Salt Life Food Shack.
And here it is. I love the upper balcony there.
I don't think there's very many of them in the country.
The beach is absolutely packed. There's the parking lot. It doesn't look like there's any parking over there at all. So that's probably not a good idea to go to. Check this place out, that's nice.
That's called Sunset Grill. That's beautiful. I don't remember seeing that.
No, that's awesome to have a whole entire upper
it's
portion
gorgeous.
built like that.
And this is pretty too. This is called Beachside Diner. I feel like they're redoing a lot of older buildings.
Yeah.
We're coming up here because we saw a sign for Guy Harvey Resort.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I never knew Guy Harvey was here.
So we're gonna see if we can see it.
It's really not much of a resort.
It's really not. I was expecting more.
I guess it's Guy Harvey on a budget, maybe. Yeah, maybe he built it in like the 80s or 70s or something.
Huh. Well, this is the Guy Harvey Resort.
Guy Harvey?
No, Guy Harvey.
Oh, so he's not the cook.
No. Aubrey was thinking it was Guy Fieri who does Chicken Guy in Disney Springs. This is Guy Harvey who does the paintings.
Yeah, and he also does dines, and drive-ins.
And he also does diners, drive-ins, and dives. But I don't know if it's set in that order. And he does Guy's Grocery Games, which we also really like to watch. But again, that is not Guy Harvey who has this resort or does the beautiful saltwater paintings. Isaac just wants to go to the Gray House, even though we haven't left the Gray House in like 2.5 weeks. Except for maybe the backyard or the front yard to do some sidewalk chalk.
Yeah. The fence posts are old boat motors.
Isaac.
Every single one of them. And then the rope is like the rope you'd use to lock down a boat.
It's very cool.
That's extremely creative.
And we're going back over the Bridge of Lions now, back into downtown historic St. Augustine. There's a beautiful cross over there. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks gorgeous with the sun coming through the clouds. And in the front of us you can see Flagler College straight ahead, and you can see, I think that's the Lightner over on the left. That red building right there, that is called Harry's, and that is a very yummy but very expensive restaurant. Don't know if it's true or not. There is a legend that Harry's has the most haunted bathroom in St. Augustine, which is kind of a weird claim to fame. It's a no-name bar, for real. That's what it's called. And then that's the Pirate Museum.
Oh, that looks cool.
That's actually where Melia tried to run away the last time we were here because she saw a cat.
Yeah, just click on the card in the upper right and you'll see.
Click on it right here.
What happened there. It was pretty bad.
Yeah,
and on this corner used to be an old tiny Best Western. You could barely fit into it, and now they've rebuilt it.
We stayed there.
Yeah, they tore it down, and this is a completely new building going in its place.
Beautiful, this one. It's gonna be very nice.
It's gonna be big.
When we say that the Best Western was tiny, you had to get into the bathtub to fully open the bathroom door and then to close it again. Like, you couldn't open the door and just walk in the room. You had to open the door, get in the bathtub, and then close the door. It was that tiny.
Yeah, and to get in bed, you had to get in the bed at the end of the bed. You couldn't go beside it.
No, you couldn't go beside the bed.
St. Augustine has always had problems with parking. They built this huge garage a few years ago, maybe even more than that. But right there it tells you again, the nation's oldest city, founded in 1565.
This is where you can buy tickets instead of walking around the city. They have 2 different trolley tour companies. And this is now a wax museum, but it actually used to be a drugstore back in 1886.
Yeah, look at that front entrance. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think we went in there when it was, yeah, it still looks like a pharmacy right on the inside.
And coming up on the right is a historic tree called the love tree, where a palm tree is literally growing out of it, and if you pan all the way up you'll see the palm tree go all the way up, and right beside it is a historic, very old cemetery. We actually got engaged under the love tree, where the palm tree is growing straight out of the oak tree. We're gonna go down one of the alleys here because they're fun to drive down.
Yes.
When your car barely fits in them and you don't know if you're gonna run people over or not. But here's a old school St. Augustine street that was never changed.
This is Treasury Street.
We're gonna cross over St. George Street, which is pedestrian only, and it's a hard street to cross because it is pedestrian only, as you see. There are people in front of us, so it makes it a little tough to get across here because there's no mirrors here either. You'd think that they would have mirrors. This makes it a little difficult to get across here.
So I'll pan. Here's one way of the street,
and then
here is the other side of the street.
And then we even got this guy here. He's just chilling, playing the harmonica and the guitar. with his doggy dog. Yeah, lots of street entertainers like that here.
Yes.
It's
And so it's really discouraging because I thought we'd be able to park at the fort and walk around the fort because it's, you know, a lot of acreage right on the bay, but the fort is packed.
Super packed.
Yeah, like you can see nothing but people up on one of the walls.
And this is Charlotte Street in front of us.
And like you got another music entertainer right there.
And Charlotte
Just
Street
playing away his music.
is another one of those real tiny streets, and the problem is people also park on it.
Yeah.
Which
so
makes the tiny street even tinier.
you just gotta suck it in here.
Breathe in. Plus you have pedestrians. So then, you know, at nighttime, when they've been at the bars, it's kind of scary. That's Pizzali's. That is our favorite pizza restaurant.
Yeah, we'll drive through it really quick. The front is like a quick
shop.
pizza shop, and then the back is a full-scale restaurant. And it's really neat because you walk down like an alley to get to the restaurant here in the back.
They're connected by an alley, so it's Pizzali's because it's a pizza alley.
Yeah, so if you come to St. Augustine, make sure you do eat here at Pizzali's. It's really good and really unique.
You don't even need a topping on the pizza. The cheese pizza is amazing. And get the breadsticks, for sure.
It's one of my favorites.
I can't judge the gluten-free pizza. I've never had it, but Melia clears her plate in under 5 minutes typically, so it's probably a pretty good gluten-free pizza if you need gluten-free. We love the cheese pizza and the breadsticks. It's a cute little courtyard.
Oh, look at this street. This is a lot of people. It looks like a pedestrian
This is
street.
new, but when we're able to, I want to
Let me see.
try that. It's a waffle
That's really
and
cool.
milkshake bar.
Ooh, I want to go there.
Waffles, like that sounds
Yeah.
delicious.
Ooh, you can dip in chocolate.
I love all the little alleys and stuff.
It's just not really safe.
No.
With all
like
these
You
people.
can see at least some of them are wearing masks, so that's good.
Where's our favorite place?
Typically, if it wasn't COVID, we would obviously be walking around the city, but we're gonna have to enjoy it from our car bubble.
And we wouldn't do it during the summer. It's 88 right now. And the sun's
No,
going
we
down.
love coming here in fall and winter, early spring. We like coming here in summer if we're going to the beach or stay in the car.
Yeah. So we're crossing St. George Street again. We have more music performers, and it's easier to cross it right now because tourism is obviously.
And this is the
down.
Columbia restaurant.
That's a storm warning.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, they've even got
There's
the bike
a
police.
Mayday ice cream.
Oh yeah,
We have those around Jack's. Here's a policeman on a bicycle. Hippolyta Street.
More.
Oh, and here's
more
a
musical
drum,
performers.
a drummer that uses buckets. Oh, and here's Schmegel's. They're our favorite little.
We come here just for a
bagel
quick.
place.
Right here, we just come here for a quick snack, usually in the morning. It's called Schmegel's Bagels, and you can eat outside right there. There's no room to eat inside. It's a shack. Scarlett O'Hara.
Scarlett
We've never
O'Hara's.
been there before.
Yes, we ate there.
We've been there once before.
It's Scarlett O'Hara's. It's all Gone with the Wind themed. It even says, "Frankly, I don't give a damn," right on the sign.
What is that?
She just passed away, sadly, but she was 102 or 104. So she definitely had a good life.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.
It's the Flagler Memorial Presbyterian Church. Henry Flagler did the railroad line, right?
Yeah, he's one of the first to bring the railroad all the way to Key West.
Yeah.
He pretty much is responsible for developing the eastern coast of Florida.
So it's very cool to
He's right
have
in there.
him. He's
That's
in.
right where he is.
He is buried right there. Well, I guess he's not buried, but he's laid to rest right there in that round room. Across the street here are cute little cars that you can actually rent to drive around the city. Instead of driving in your regular car, you can rent those cute little Dr. Seuss looking cars and drive the little coupes all around the city. I believe they also rent regular scooters, like mopeds.
Yeah, they're over there on the right.
Yeah, they're on the right. I couldn't see them. And then they have the golf carts. But I love the little cars. They're so cute.
I like the little cars too. They're just dangerous for everybody on their phones.
Yes.
Not paying attention. They're very low profile. They usually have a flag on them that sticks about 10 feet high.
And they'd probably be dangerous, you know, for the kids. But
St. Augustine even has a little national cemetery here, which is really neat. Right here's the sign for it. St. Augustine National Cemetery. And look at the house completely made out of coquina. This is the military barracks.
It's the St. Francis Barracks.
It's the St. Francis Barracks. And there used to be a restaurant out here on the water. Like literally on the water.
It was in the water, but it's gone.
No, they're building something there.
I think it got damaged.
Yeah, it did from one hurricane. The boardwalk
and it's
was
getting
crumbled.
fixed. There's the restaurant. We've
I
eaten
think
there like once or twice, but it got damaged, and it looks like, yeah, it was the Santa Maria. There's a sign for
They're
it.
taking it out.
But they're taking it out because I guess the damage was just too extensive. I mentioned earlier that we got engaged under the love tree, and this store right here, the way we were, is actually where I got my wedding dress. We are now leaving St. Augustine. Thank you for hanging out with us on our final venture out of our bubble. We haven't left our house in 2.5 weeks, even though we never got out of the car. It was a nice change of scenery. Did you guys like being able to walk near the lighthouse and see something other than the house?
Yes.
We did get out of the car just for that split.
Yeah,
second.
we got out of the car at the lighthouse, but that was it. Did you like it? Melia, did you have a good time? Yeah? Isaac, did you like seeing the lighthouse and driving around St. Augustine? Yeah. All right. Thank you. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I said bye.
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 Even if the sky is falling down,